On this special edition of Big Ten Tonight, we take a look at the top 10 games of the 2007 football season. The shocking upsets, the overtime thrillers, and yes, even the tearjerkers.
And you gotta believe for the first time since 1993, the Indiana Hoosiers will play in a bowl game.
We're counting down the best of the best on this Big Ten Tonight special edition. The 2007 football season is over, but man, it feels like it was still going on just months ago. Hi there, Mike Hall here, and this show is the essence of what the highlight is. Take a big thing, condense it down to a small thing by keeping in only the really good stuff. As in, if you missed or you forgot the 07 year in Big Ten football, we'll show you now the 10 best games of the year.
I thought this game, more than any other game, proved that Mark D'Antonio has made an immediate impact on the Michigan State program.
The Land Grant Trophy was on the line as 8-3 Penn State visited East Lansing to take on 6-5 Michigan State.
A big game that Michigan State had to win, playing at home, game that really was going to dictate their bowl eligibility, and as a jockey for bowl position, that was a game that they needed to win. A lot of people weren't giving them an opportunity to do that because when you look at the Penn State side, they were playing to try to advance their placement in a bowl game as well. Things did not look good for the Spartans. Penn State kicker Kevin Kelly went untouched into the end zone on a fake field goal to give Penn State a 24-7 third-quarter lead. A lot of people were thinking, is this the same old Michigan State? And here at the Big Ten Network, we have been telling people all year long that because of the mentality of Mark D'Antonio, that this team had changed, the organization had changed, but the fans needed to see it. And this was a statement game where they can see when you got down, when they were down the week before, things didn't work out, they bounced back, came into a game that they had to win. They could have easily, in the old days, had packed it in and lost a game like this, but they stepped up and made the plays that they had to make to win the game.
Quarterback Brian Hoyer hit Devin Thomas in the corner of the end zone to cut the Penn State lead to 31-28. Then, with 4 minutes remaining, J.U. Kalkrick pounded it in from a yard out to give the Spartans a dramatic 35-31 victory and a berth in the Champ Sports Bowl.
Until you go out and snatch a win like that, you don't truly believe after you have a win of that magnitude, then all of a sudden, you feel like you can do it time in and time out. And that's really what D'Antonio is trying to build in East Lansing.
All you cats up in East Lansing know how tight this season was. How many of your close calls and fourth-quarter letdowns make our list of best games? East Lansing was rocking as Michigan State looked to knock off arch-rival Michigan for the first time since 2001.
This was a really interesting game when you talk about the build-up of both programs. You talk about Michigan, who really struggled, obviously, early in the year. You talk about Michigan State. This is a team that they look at Michigan, and they believe that Michigan State, if you want to be good, you have to be able to beat Michigan.
I think this was the most physical game of any of the conference games that we played in 07. I mean, I thought the intensity, you could feel it coming through the TV.
The Wolverines held a 14-3 halftime lead, but the Spartans came out strong in the second half, scoring 21 unanswered points to take a 24-14 lead with just under 8 minutes to go in the game.
I felt now was the time for them to beat Michigan and give Michigan credit. They balled their fists up. They fought for 4 quarters.
It only took Michigan 48 seconds to respond.
Touchdown! What a great throw.
Then, after a 3-and-out by Michigan State, Penny had Michigan on the move again, this time hooking up with Mario Manningham for a 31-yard TD.
Michigan State, touchdown Manningham!
Michigan's comeback was complete, and they left Spartan Stadium with a 28-24 come-from-behind victory.
This game took its toll on Michigan. I thought they played very well in this game, but they lost the following 2 weeks to Wisconsin and to Ohio State. And to Michigan State's credit and to Mark D'Antonio's credit, once again, they go and they beat Purdue the following week. And this was a tough pill for Michigan State to swallow.
The Spartans were also involved in our number 5 game of the year. This time, Michigan State visited Camp Randall for a showdown with undefeated Wisconsin. Badger tight end Travis Beckham had a big day with 10 receptions for 132 yards, including this 2-yard touchdown grab to tie the game at 14 in the second quarter. Then things got wild. Senior Tyler Donovan hooked up with Kyle Jefferson for a 64-yard TD.
And out there, Jefferson's got it, and he's gone. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
The Spartans needed just one play to tie it at 21, as Devin Thomas took a screen pass from Brian Hoyer and took off 80 yards to pay dirt.
All the way with a touchdown and one play. 80 yards, just like that, Michigan State answers.
P.J. Hill ran for 155 yards on 34 carries, but it was his 1-yard touchdown run that gave the Badgers a 34-24 third-quarter lead.
Touchdown, Badgers.
The Spartans would not go away, scoring 10 unanswered points to tie the game at 34 with just over 12 minutes to go.
Great catch.
Wisconsin would drive all the way to the MSU 1 before settling for a 22-yard Taylor Melhoff field goal, putting the Badgers up 37-34.
Wisconsin back in front.
And the Spartans were unable to equalize, giving Wisconsin a hard-fought 37-34 victory.
Travis Beckham had a big day and showed why he's one of the best tight ends in the conference or in the country. P.J. Hill did what he does. In Wisconsin, it was a big matchup for them, but they stood up to the cause.